So yesterday, couldn't go on any better. A 4-0 swoop here on the video report with the complementary plays, scoring with Iowa, Michigan, Michigan State, and Baylor. And more importantly, my best bet, another raise the bar 20-dime winner, as Tennessee, my 3-touchdown blowout route, was even easier, a 10.5-point chalk, winning 45-20 over South Carolina. I've got another raise the bar 20-dime release today, number 4 in a row. It's on the late game between San Francisco and Arizona, and just like yesterday, you get it as the half price play of the day by using coupon code HALF. I've got 4 more complimentary plays, 3 of them going on the late card coming up here in just a moment. A couple of quick observations for you. A quick story, I'll make this quick. So I'll never forget the date. It was July 1st, 1998. I was in Vegas. I had a rental car. I'm driving down Tropicana Avenue. It's about 12:30 in the morning, and I'm heading back towards the Strip. And I'm only going like 35 miles an hour, but I'll be honest, I missed the traffic light. I went through the red light. There's so many lights, I just lost track of it. And as I'm approaching I-15, I'm coming up. Tractor trailer's coming through the intersection, and I realized I can't stop, and I'm going to hit the tractor trailer. And at that moment, everything just kind of slowed down. And I realized I'm in this like little Mitsubishi Mirage, that if I go underneath this tractor trailer, underneath his bed, I'm going to get decapitated. That's it. I'm going to lose my life. So at that moment, I tried to make the decision. I'm going to try to hit his tires. That was my best option. Everything slowed down. It was like slow motion. I pulled the tensioner on the seatbelt as tight as I could. I retracted my legs and pulled them to the seat because I think at that moment that most people, I think they brace themselves, and I thought I'm going to break both my legs if I do that. I pulled my arms in against my chest because I figured let the airbag come to me so I could absorb all its impact. I'm telling you, boxing, I've been hit a lot. I have never been hit as hard as that airbag hit me. I've had 4 concussions in my life. That thing then knocked me out. I was out cold. About 10 seconds later, my bell is rung. I'm dizzy. I'm realizing it's like, I got to get out of the car. As I get out of the car, I realize that the car is embedded in the guy's gas tank. And I thought, this is not good. You know, being embedded in the guy's gas tank, not a good place to be. So I get out of the car, as fate would have it, and luck more importantly. I come to find out that gas tanks in tractor trailers are super insulated, so dummies like me, when they run into them, the damn things don't explode. I say this story because as I'm watching the Texas-Oklahoma game yesterday, I'm thinking it must have been like slow motion for the Texas coaches and players in the second half, because anything you did, you knew you couldn't stop Oklahoma, because the Sooners were just going to score and you were helpless. And it was like slow motion and you couldn't stop Oklahoma. And I thought about the game because here, as the plays come in via email from the different handicappers, I kept seeing all these guys coming in on Texas. And we call that a lot of weight on a particular team. And that's never good usually. I didn't understand why, because Texas has no defense, as you saw in week number 2 against Arkansas, and Texas barely held off TCU the week prior, and Oklahoma's a little better. And I wanted to pass on a little betting advice to you. Whether you had Texas or not yesterday, when you saw Lincoln Riley make the switch in quarterbacks late in the first half, you saw the momentum change. How could you not bet the Sooners in the second half? So many times people don't think outside of the box when it comes to wagering. But Oklahoma in the second half, great play, right? Other thing, boxing last night, the Wilder Fury fight, great fight, right? You saw, no matter how big your TV is, what your sound system is like, the devastating punches that Fury was unloading late in that fight, and the punishment that Wilder was absorbing. I think so many boxing fans and casual observers, you get deprogrammed because you watch too many Rocky fights and you hear the sound effects of what punches connecting really sound like. But you heard that thud last night when Fury was delivering. I got to tell you though, from being ringside at so many fights, it's nothing compared to that. The sheer artistry, the savage connections, when you see a guy land a punch flush, you see the jaw getting distorted, you see the face getting contorted, you see the spit, the sweat, the lament, everything exploding in the air, but the sound is amazing. And that's what makes boxing beautiful. Savage, but beautiful. And it's nothing compared to what you hear on TV. It's so much more incredible. Anyway, let's get to your complimentary plays. On the right card, I'm going to go with Las Vegas to rebound from the Monday night loss to the Chargers. They're back at home, minus the 5.5 points. I know it's off a short week, but listen, the Bears with Justin Fields, I was not impressed. Yes, they're coming off a 24-14 win against Detroit, but the Lions are toothless and winless. Their last road game, it was a 26-6 loss to Cleveland. I mean, Justin Fields played better against Miami, but listen, the Bears suffered a devastating loss in that Detroit game, losing David Montgomery, their top running back, and I like the Raiders to get their offense cranking, and I think the 5.5 point number is a very fair price, and you're getting a discount because they lost the Monday night game. I like Dallas, minus the 7 against the New York Giants. What, the Giants beat New Orleans? Okay, they beat them on the road, and now suddenly they're going to go to Dallas and beat the Cowboys? You think Dak Prescott is a little extra motivated since the last time he faced the Giants? He suffered that devastating injury? I think maybe so. You got a Dallas team that's averaging like over 420 yards a game, 31 points a game. I just don't see the Cowboys not ringing up another 30 on this Giants defense. I just think that Dallas wins this game by 10 to 13 points. I don't think that if you get in a scoring matchup here that the Giants can keep going. I think this is an easy win, 31-17 easy for Dallas in this game. And also, the Giants' pass rush is non-existent, so I think Dak is going to have his way in this contest. Let's jump to the Sunday night game. Buffalo and Kansas City. Rematch of the AFC title game, right? Bills lost that game 38-24. They also lost the regular season matchup a year ago as well. Patrick Mahomes, 325 yards and 3 touchdown passes in that AFC title game. The Chiefs are going to score their points, but this is the game the Bills show you whether or not they're real, they're contenders, or they're pretenders. Now, they failed in week number 1. Since then, they've beaten Miami, Washington, and Houston by a combined 118-21 score. I think you and 10 other guys can probably beat Houston, Washington, Miami by 118-21 score. Kansas City was my best bet last Sunday. They won 43-30 at Philadelphia. The Eagles are bad. The Chiefs' defense is worse. This is going to be a high-scoring game. I'm willing to give the Bills the shadow of the doubt. The Chiefs' defense has given up 29, 36, 30, and 30 in the first 4 games against the Browns, the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Eagles, respectively. The Bills are going to have to outscore them here tonight. I'm willing to give them the shot and go with Buffalo. So that's another complimentary play for you. On the early card, I like Green Bay. Coming off the 27-17 home win against Pittsburgh, they don't have a look ahead. They're just playing at Chicago next week. The Bengals did beat Jacksonville to improve to 3-1, 3-1 on the season. But let's remember, the Jaguars suck, and the Bengals trailed 14-0 at halftime. The week prior, they won at Pittsburgh 24-10, but the Steelers are having all types of problems. Cincinnati 3-1, but the Bengals' opponents are a combined 4-12 on the season. And their defense has allowed 20 or more points in 3 of those games. Joe Mixon, not 100% because of an ankle injury. Maybe he's available today, but only limited capacity. You've got a Green Bay team that is struggling with its pass defense, has a lot of injuries, and the Bengals, of course, can certainly throw the ball and have that great receiver core. But that guy Aaron Rodgers, after that stinker against New Orleans in week number 1, he's been playing pretty well. And you're giving me the Packers as a 3-point favorite on the road. I'll buy down the half points. I'm in on Green Bay. I'll take them in this spot. So those are your 4 selections. And if I had to rate them, in tier number 1, I'm going with the Raiders and the Cowboys. In tier number 2, I'm slotting the Packers. And in tier number 3, the Sunday night game, I'm going with the Bills. FYI, that little quirky stat that I told you about, the one where if you can simply pick the straight-up winners, you will make a fortune in terms of ATS wins. It is great the first 10 to 12 weeks of the season. So far, the straight-up winners have covered at an 81.3% clip through the first 4 weeks. The straight-up winners are 39-9 against the spread. Hold on. Boy, if you could see my best guys, you'd be amazed at how bad it is. Actually, they've actually done better than that because I think, no, that's right, 39-9. Yeah, am I right? No. Oh yes, we talk about disorganized. That would be me at the moment, guys, because if I could find the right numbers, I would give them to you. Don't you love, boy, if this could be any worse, I can't tell you how bad this is right now. Hold on one second. As I fumble around and I look, you think this is funny? I don't think this is funny. But anyway, it's somewhere around there, almost 82%, because God knows where I dropped my page with my notes. You're right around, actually you're almost at 83% so far, 83%. It's just a phenomenal number because each of the past 2 weeks the straight up winners have gone 14-2 against the spread. But the dogs have still been biting. Last week only 8-6, but there's still almost a 63% play on the season. And as I've said, one thing that has been very consistent is that if you like an underdog and you think they might win the game outright, it's worth making a secondary play on them because so many dogs have won outright on the season. And I'll give you an example. You know, last week, for example, playing an underdog that, you know, worthless money. Like, who would have thought the Giants would beat New Orleans last week? Well, that's a dumb play. I mean, yeah, the Giants were plus 275. That's a stupid play. But last week, Arizona, for example, against the Rams. Well, that was a pretty damn good play. Arizona was plus $1.75. So when the take back is a significant price, sometimes it's worth making a smaller wager on that dog if you like that dog to win outright. So anyway, sorry, don't have the correct numbers. I'll update them when I can find them on my desk, which God knows it could be forever. And good luck, and I'll talk to you again on Monday.